When it comes to regulating the core temperature of your body heat, the right fire making technique can save your life. In this video I'm gonna show some old and some modern fire making techniques, so stay tuned. The first step before actually lighting a fire is to find and collecting some material which is highly combustible, like this dry grasses here. Let's start with an ordinary lighter, which runs with gas. So the technique of a lighter is very simple. You have a flint, which creates sparks, and then you have a button which releases the gas from the tank, and that's what's creating the flame. Lighters come in very handy, they are cheap, and they are easy to use. But of course, they have some disadvantages as well. Like for example, if you put them in your bag and you accidentally hit the button here, then you run out of gas. Or maybe you drop the lighter into a river or something, and then of course it stops working. Here I have a more advanced version of a lighter than this one here. This here is the Blazer Gto, and it comes with a huge gas tank, and down here you have a small reel where you can switch on and off the gas supply, which comes in really handy. It doesn't have a flint anymore, it has a button which creates sparks by electricity, and then in the front it has this protection cap here to protect the burner from getting wet or from getting dirty. This Blazer is actually a stormproof burner which lights even wet material, like for example this wood here. Okay, next let's come to matches. I think that matches are a great invention. I personally like them, but not everybody knows how to use them correctly. Most of the people strike a match like this, and then they tend to break it like that. Okay? The right way to strike a match is to put the red cap on the striking area, protect it with your finger and apply a little bit pressure, and then strike the match like that. And at this point you should pull back your finger because you don't want to burn yourself. So it should look like that. Okay? So as you can see, the match went out pretty quickly. That's because it's a little bit windy here in the forest, and that's one of the greatest disadvantages of matches. To prevent your matches from getting wet, you can dip them into wax, or you can put them in a waterproof container like this one here. So in here they are safe from getting wet. And I just discovered that at the bottom here there's a fire steel integrated. So I'm gonna strike this fire steel now with my knife. So as you see, this is working pretty good, and I like the concept of this box because having one fire technique is none, having two is at least one, so one is none, two is one, and that's a great concept. Okay, so besides making your matches waterproof, you can also make your own stormproof matches. So here I have a stormproof match. The stick is out of fat wood, which is very resinous and highly flammable. So now I want to show you how this works. I wanted to show you the fire steel. With a fire steel you can strike a great variety of tinder materials, like this grass here. What also works great with this fire steel is a Vaseline soaked cotton ball. There you go. This is a mortar knife. It's the Light My Fire edition here. And well, first I have to say that this knife is a very sharp knife, so you really have to watch out. And at the bottom end here it has this small fire steel integrated. Another great tinder material is birch bark. Birch bark is full from oils. It even burns when it's wet. So first you want to take your knife and you want to create little fine shavings by scraping off the bark with a sharp knife. Okay, I now created this little pile of fine birch bark shavings, and now I'm trying to ignite them with my fire steel. There you go. Since making a fire with a fire steel can be very tricky, there are other versions of a fire steel which make it a little bit more easy. And this, for example, is a magnesium bar with a flint striker integrated. So how this works is basically you shave off some of the magnesium here. You can also use some fat wood to scrape off some fine shavings. Let's see how this works. Okay, there you go. This is a magnesium bar by Koblenz, made in the USA. And here I have another one. This one is a M48 by the company Commando. And this one has a signal mirror at the back and a button compass, which is pretty cool. Now let's come to some fire making techniques which are a little bit MacGyver-like. Okay, so first, here I have steel wool. It's a very fine material. And here I have a battery, which is a 4.5 volt battery by Energizer. Next, let's come to black powder. Let's cut open one of these fireworks. So let's see if this works. Okay, I think black powder isn't really working with the fire steel, but you can definitely use it as an accelerant. There you go. So having a small lens like that in your survival kit is a great thing, you know. You just need the sun to start a fire. So the trick with this solar ignition is basically to focus a beam which is as small as possible. Now let's come to a technique which is a little bit more traditional, the Flint and Steel Hit. So this is my makeshift Flint and Steel kit. In here I have a flintstone, a striker and some charred material. So now I'm taking a piece of this charred horseshoe fungus and I lay it on the edge of the flintstone, and now I try to create some spark. I'm taking this coal now and put it into my bird's nest. There you go. So this was pretty much all the techniques I wanted to show you. There's one missing, which is called the bow drill. The bow drill is a very difficult technique, and I want to make a separate video for this. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned till next time.